Welcome to Toffee TV. It's a match preview. Leicester City versus Everton down at the King Power Stadium. I thought it might have changed again, but they might have just changed the name as often as you change managers. Leicester have obviously had just a slightly better start of the season than we have. They sacked their manager a few days before. They've appointed a new manager just earlier than us as well. They're just trying to stay ahead of us, and hopefully that all changes on Sunday when we play them. They've announced Claude Puel, the ex-Southampton manager. It seems like a strange one. I ain't going to say anything about it right now. Not saying anything. But they've obviously had a little bounce recently. They took a point against West Brom. That was his last game. And then they beat Swansea 2-1 last weekend, and quite lucky in that game. Yeah. So they've had a little bit of an upturn. Probably going back to the things they always do, which is just like playing direct and playing high. But I think Sunday provides,
and they've of course beat Leeds in the quarter final.
They did. They beat them 3-1, didn't they? In the League Cup. I mean, they've had a couple of games winning. Now they've had the draw, but I think Sunday provides a good opportunity to try and get that 3 points. David Unsworth's first Premier League game as Everton caretaker manager, temporary manager, whatever you call it. But I think it's a good chance. I think, listen, Leicester are not a great side. They're a good side, a high tempo pressing side, but I think we can go there and beat them on Sunday.
Yeah, it does represent a good chance. They are a tough side to play against. I don't think they're not quite the same without Kanté. They've struggled since he left, and now Drinkwater's gone, so they've lost the two the midfield partnership that won in the league, and then obviously they both ironically ended up at Chelsea. But they have not been great. They haven't been great this season. They were poor last season. Craig Shakespeare took over. They had that bounce, didn't they? They won the first 6 or something, and then they come to Goodison and we beat them. But they done okay, steady the ship, and then they started poorly this time.
Tough start though.
They did have a tough start, but so have we.
No, I know what I'm saying. Very similar start to the season.
They've had tricky games, but they'll always create chances at their own ground.
Yeah.
Vardy's always going to be a threat. He's a direct runner, causes problems for you, pacey. Mahrez looks like he's hitting a little bit of form again from nowhere. So they've got players who can hurt us, but we've got players who can hurt them, and I think us going with the right kind of shape. Obviously, we're looking for a new manager bounce in terms of Unsworth. We've lost the game at Chelsea, this first game in charge, but there was a lot of positives taken out of that. And it's a game that, of course, we can win. It represents an opportunity for us. We've got to start standing up and being counted. We're much, much better than our position suggests. Off the pitch, they've got to now portray that onto the pitch. But you're right, it's a game we can go there and win, but it will be a difficult game.
Yeah, took 6 points off them obviously last season, although they beat us in the FA Cup. But I mean, ideally you'd want your first game, Premier League game certainly, to be home and try and get that get that feeling back in it. But I suppose playing the first game against Chelsea in the League Cup, where you get a chance to almost, I mean, it wasn't a free game, but it was a chance to implement your ideas without maybe too much pressure. And I think we did all right in that game. We set out a blueprint to how we wanted to play, and the players responded, and it seemed to work. Obviously, we were very unlucky not to get a goal. Now, if we can move that on again on Sunday, maybe a little bit of a change of personnel. Maybe, I don't know, let's say a Sigurdsson comes back into the team and a Garner comes back into the team, just to change it up a little bit, get a little bit more experience in the team. And just hopefully create more chances, because obviously I think, it should be, if you create more chances, there's more opportunities to score goals, and hopefully one will go in, or maybe 2 will go in. And I think we're desperate for that away win as well, aren't we? Because if it keeps rumbling on, then it's going to be a really hard thing to shake off, especially when we're going to need away wins to kick us up that table.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of chances. at Chelsea. You know, the last game he scored one, but it was too little too late, unfortunately. We had half a dozen chances, you know, and their keepers had to make some good saves. And I'm confident if we play like we did in the second half at Leicester, then we can win the game and we can score a few goals. But you know, you've got to take those chances, haven't you? And we've got to play with the same kind of tempo as we showed in the second half. You know, we've got to play with that aggression and that attacking, getting after Leicester. We can't leave ourselves short because they are direct and they do have the pace. But we've got to try and get them on the back foot. The first goal will be the key goal as well for us. We can get in front. You know, it'll give us something to cling on to, and they'll have to chase the game a bit, and there'll be holes then. We've got to stop going behind in games. It's difficult. You know, it's difficult. I know we scored the first goal against Arsenal, but that was only the third time we scored the first goal this season in the Premier League. So we have, you know, players have got to listen. If we can instill a bit of confidence in the players, other things start to happen. And they start taking a few more chances, start steadying themselves in front of goal. They're passing, they do things a little bit quicker. You know, everything becomes more natural rather than it being forced. And that's hopefully that's what David Unsworth can get across to them.
We've got to create the belief as well. We can win it, and I think there's no better man than David Unsworth to come in and create belief. I think it's going to be where it's going to be interesting is who he plays at the back as well. Does he stick with Ashley Williams, knowing how much pace they have? Because if he keeps with those two at the back, then we're going to have to play a deep line, aren't we? And then we're encouraging the side to come on. But maybe, I don't know, would that work in our favour if we held a deeper line so there was less space for Jamie Vardy and the likes to run into? Because he loves that kind of thing, and I'm just wondering whether maybe if you play the game in front of him, you know, it'll make it harder for him.
A little bit. What'll be key is what he does with the front three. You know, we saw Lennon, Morales and Rooney as the front three at Chelsea. Would he go with those three again at Leicester, or would he pull Wayne out and go with Calvert-Lewin and have someone who's a little bit more mobile? Will Lennon stay in? You know, will they come out all together and Lookman will come in, or Vlasic? You know, Vlasic wasn't even used against Chelsea. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. I think if we're going to play deeper, then he's going to kind of need the likes of Lennon and Morales in that with a little bit of pace to try and get in and pressing the ball. And I don't know, does he want to take Rooney out who can get you the goal? It's a tough one because we don't know what he's going to do for the League Cup game. Was, like you say, it wasn't a free game, but it was a game that he could experiment a little bit with. This is the real stuff, and it's the real stuff when we need a result. So it'll be interesting to see who his preferred centre forward is. Could shock us again and play three at the back and have wide, you know, wing back. You just don't know.
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll shock us at all in terms of.
Well, who would you think he'll go? Would you think the front will be the same?
I don't know. I think he might stand Rooney down for this game, maybe, and just I think he might do, because I think he might think that having Calvert-Lewin. I think in a game when you're playing away, you need to start pressing from the front, and I think he might think that having Rooney in there.
If you're going to press from the front, you'd have Nias then. He does press from the front.
Nias or Calvin. No, Calvin does. He does. He puts himself about. He does. He puts himself about. He started the press on Sunday for the goal against Arsenal.
Can't keep the ball.
Doesn't matter if he's doing the press.
No, but it does matter.
No, it doesn't. If you're pressing from the front,
it matters if you don't keep the ball.
No, but if he's, I'm not the press. If he's starting the press,
but that's
But on the flip side, what's the point in Rooney dropping 40 yards backwards?
No,
I don't see any point in that.
What I'm saying,
can Nias keep the ball?
No, that's the problem. The only one who can keep the ball is the lad that doesn't want to be up there. In Wayne Rooney, Calvert-Lewin can't protect the ball. He can't do it.
But Wayne Rooney won't stay up front.
And Wayne Rooney won't stay. No,
but what I mean is,
this is the dilemma, isn't it? Because you've got Nias, who will get you the goal or set one up, because that's what he does. He's dangerous. You've got Calvert-Lewin, who's a willing runner but can't protect the ball, and you've got Wayne Rooney, who can protect the ball but wants to.
But I don't think it's as important. I think it's more important to have to be pressing high up the pitch. I think it's more important for us at the moment to be hunting in packs. And then, if the ball falls in the ass, that's what I'm saying. If the ball falls in the ass, he'll take. If he gets a chance, you want him be open to the chance rather than. I don't want him on the ball, but I think if he's...
Don't get me wrong, I don't think he has to start. There's not a chance. I think he's more likely...
He might do.
I don't know. I think he's more likely to come off the bench with 20-25 to go. I think... what I'm trying to say to you is that the front three will be key to getting the results for me. Because I can see a situation where McCarthy plays again on Sunday because of what he does.
No, I think he'll play.
And I think that's why the front man is key. Because if you just want someone to run around and put them under pressure, that's great. But what about when we're breaking and we're getting it forward? If the lad who's in the middle can't protect it and bring other people
into it, but the point is though,
trouble.
but that's what we've been used to because the striker's being isolated. If you get men around them and we break with numbers, then I suppose it's less important for him to. I mean, he's got to keep the ball, but it's less important for him to keep the ball for a longer period of time, if that makes sense. Whereas I think whichever way it goes, there'll be a purpose behind it. Whereas what we've seen recently, or this season, is things just happening, and it being like
almost by accident.
The person who plays up front's got to keep the ball because fucking hell, no one can get up quick enough to support him. Whereas I think if it is Rooney, hopefully it'll be for in some kind of system, and if it's Nias, it'll be because of some kind of system, and if it's Calvert-Lewin, it'll be some kind of system.
I mean, Calvert-Lewin might be better if he plays up. He might be better having Lennon and Morales run him with him, so he's got three of them. Do you know what I mean? Or Vlasic and Morales or whatever. Whoever it is has got to get it. No matter, the only way we're going to score is by doing what we've done in the second half at Chelsea, which is everybody attacking in waves.
If he says to Rooney, if he has a word and says, listen, do me a favour, just stay up front and we'll get the ball. Trust us that we'll get the ball to you. Because another thing, part of why Rooney dropped so deep is because he's probably been in games where he's been like, we've got to make something happen here. It means I've got to drop back. But if there's a little bit more trust, and he says, listen, you stay up there, and we'll get you the ball in those positions.
What do you do with the midfield? What do you think we should do with the midfield?
Well, I'd play McCarthy. I'd play. I would play Garner, and probably maybe Tom Davies, or maybe Sigurdsson actually, rather than Tom Davies. I mean, I know people will be going, well, you said you didn't want two holding players, but they're not holding players. James McCarthy is not a...
No, McCarthy isn't.
He's not a holding player, he's a pressing player. It's a different way of playing. Ultimately, they're not necessarily attacking players, but it's a different... When it was being Sneijder and Garner, they'll sit in front of the back four and let the ball come to them. And that's why Garner's game's gone out the window. Whereas I think if it was McCarthy and Garner, they'd be all over the pitch. Chasing together.
Because I think...
Like that. And then with Lennon, like that. Especially if it's on the right hand side. Pushing together. And that forces the opposition into mistakes. So I think he might go with that.
I think if you... My worry is he just puts Sneijder and Garner back and we go...
But I don't have that worry at the moment because I don't... And if he did though, I think I trust him to play them in a different way.
But I think how it works with the midfielders, if you've got Rooney in the middle and we've got them, I think you probably do need Sigurdsson in there. Or someone creative, whether it be Vlasic or someone... I mean, Davies can do... I love Tom Davies and I think he should play most of the weeks. But I just think... we're going to have to try and fashion chances there as well. And I think Gylfi's got to step up at this stage now. And if he's got Garner who's mobile, and I think if he's got McCarthy who's very mobile, he will work equally as hard as them. But he's the one you want on the ball, because I think Garner has tried to play that role, and let's be honest, bless him, he's not great in that role, is he? He'll win it and pass it. James McCarthy hasn't got anything about him to play that kind of role, but he's great at harrying and pressing and making it difficult for the opposition. That should give Sigurdsson that route then to maybe link up. Maybe him and Rooney could try, I don't know, the false nine or whatever, but and you're two wide men because you've got to get the ball to them.
But that's it though, if you've got two wide men as well, and you have got more of a three up front, then...
Well, it's that diamond, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't mind having two Harriers in the centre because they're doing their job to get.
Well, you need.
to give them more.
We laughed when we watched the rewatch of the 85 thing. Bracewell and Reed weren't holding midfield players. They were action midfield players. They went after the fucking ball.
Yeah.
They went after the ball and got it forward and had options to pass.
I mean, obviously, Friday will be a full training day. Hopefully, hopefully 2 sessions, and then
tomorrow the training tomorrow.
Yeah, well, they'll probably change
because there'll be 8 players there who might be involved. So, half a dozen players who might be involved.
But Friday like double sessions, going through it all, and then Saturday maybe doing it again, but doing it slower.
Yeah.
Going over again slower and just getting the idea. And I just think if you keep on telling the players what you want in terms of a shape, and that shape, because we sat here with Deggs last week and we were talking about how we used to do things, and I think if you just keep telling players what you want and they go through the motions, then it all becomes second nature. You just drop into that shape. The rest of the game becomes simple. It's like anything else. It's like, it's like if you drive your car, it's just second nature to you. You know what you're doing. You just drive your car. You know what you're doing. You do any job, anything like that. You just know what you're doing. It's like second nature. It's just in there, and it's all about practice, and it's all about doing it again and again and again. And it's the same on the training pitch. If they sit down and go, "This is how we are going to play. Let's get this nailed first of all." That's why you say every time when the likes of Allardyce, the likes of Pulis, the likes of whoever else, they come in, and maybe for especially Allardyce in the last couple of jobs, Sunderland and Palace, they come in the first couple of weeks, it's like nothing's changed, and then over the weeks you just start seeing that shape, and every day and what's horrible about it, and again Deggs mentioned it, I've heard other ex-players mention it, at first it's horrible, and it is horrible, but what happens is the quicker they learn, the less they've got to do. As soon as you get this, we're moving on, and training will be more fun. But I think with Lunsworth it'll be the same. It'll be right, let's get this nailed. But let's get this nailed so all of you know what we're doing. So that this game, Sigurdsson's in, the next game, someone else is in. But you're all just interchanging. You're not going, like this week you're playing in a system, and then next week you're playing in another system, and your role in that system is completely different in the new system. And it's just like, but we haven't even trained a day on this. Yeah, but you're just doing it. So I think that just get the system nailed down, get people knowing what their roles are. So it's like this is your, like Sigurdsson, like you're not playing on the left, you're not playing on the right, you're playing down the centre, and you're either playing or you're not playing. You're not playing on the left, you're playing there, and if you don't play there, you're not playing. Someone else will play there, and I'll show him how to Vlasic. I'll show him how to play there as well. No, we'll play you there and we'll play. Do you know what I mean? Because it won't work. It doesn't work. It does not, unless players are absolutely top quality or they're drilled on all those positions. So I think that's what it's just about now over the next few weeks. Repetition.
We've got there's some points here now.
Oh yeah,
available. There is, and this is the first of them. And we sat here 5 weeks ago, and we had Bournemouth and Burnley and Brighton, didn't we? And it was 9 points there, or at least 7 out of that, and we took 4. And we've got 4-5 games before the derby that are winnable. Premier League games that are winnable.
Yeah.
And we've got to try and take as many points as possible. They'll be tough, don't get me wrong. They're not easy games. There's no easy games, but we go to Leicester at the weekend and scrap a fucking 1-0 or a 2-1, and we come away with the 3 points. And it'll be bouncing the week before that Watford game. Even next week Lyon, whatever happens in Lyon. But you can go to Lyon with confidence then, and then you come back into Watford at home. The crowd will be up for it and all that, and it can turn very, very quickly. A couple of wins, and you start looking at 7 points off 5th place or something at the moment. Okay, we're in the bottom 3 and it looks scary, but a few wins and you're looking up and going, we can catch them for Europe. We get to January and we're 4 or 5 points off top 6 or 7. Well, now, get a striker in, but it can change very quickly, but it's momentum. It's momentum.
And you need that momentum. What you need as well is it needs to be turned around very quickly, doesn't it? So that the momentum is, we're looking for another win, because you're going on that upcycle. Where you don't want to get into games with this games left, right and centre, and you're on, now when's this going to change? We've got, because I think that's been a big part of it, hasn't it?
A clean sheet's the big part. We've had 1 clean sheet in 14 games on the opening day of the season,
and that's why learning a system and where everyone fits into that system.
I think if they simplify it as well, I think Michael Keane becomes better because I think he's used to it. You know, just get a unit going, get a unit, and
stick to it as well.
I think, like you said, I think he'll just go, this is what we do, and he'll have his own ideas why they fucked up, why there's mistakes being made, why we're conceding too many. He's not stupid, is he? He's obviously not stupid, so it's about doing that. And it, like I said before, this is a big interview. This is a job interview for him, and he'll want to put himself across as best he can. And we've got a chance if the players enjoy it and they start thinking, you know what, I enjoy working for him. And I know what he's saying, and we want to be successful together. At the end of the day, players just want to come to work, do the business, win games and go home. And if you start winning games, they believe everything the manager tells them.
They want to get that pressure off them as well, because at the moment it's all about pressure, winning that game. When's the next win coming from?
I think the other thing we've done, we're probably guilty, I think the players might have done it, but we're certainly guilty of fans, is we lose a game and it's like we're looking ahead in the season going, no, we can't get top four, no, we can't. And fuck all that. Just play what's in front of you. Let's get the win, and let's get the next win, and get the next win, and then we'll see where we are come January, February. I mean, that was one thing that when Roberto Martinez used to talk, it kind of made sense. The season's into third, so you get through that and then you prepare that and then you're ready to go for that last push. And that's what we probably have to do. We probably just have to look at what's in front of us. Forget everything else. Forget the derby on the 10th. Forget United at home New Year's Day and Lukaku and all that. And just go, we've got Leicester this weekend and let's get them 3 points. And then we've got Watford the weekend after at home. Let's get.
No, you're right. That's all the players will be focused on. The players will just be focused on, focused on Sunday. Focused on getting into training, getting the shape, getting 3 points, getting that feeling of winning games. That's it. That's the most important thing, isn't it? Sunday's the most important thing.
Definitely.
Doesn't matter about anything else. Sunday's the most important thing. Getting 3 points, and taking the pressure off everybody at the club. Taking the pressure off everyone. Because ultimately, where it's great to have your first game and all right, we got beat, and everyone feels, oh, it's positive. It's not positive. It's not positive that continues.
No.
And the performances are good, but you're losing games because you're looking at it going, well, we're losing games and everything's positive. So.
But the one caveat to that is if you're starting to play well, you can see things turn. And this was the thing with Ronald Koeman for me. Is the last few weeks we're losing games, and I couldn't see it turn. I couldn't see anything positive. We were getting beat. We were just getting beat, and it wasn't a case of, you know what, we're getting beat but we're playing well and we're unlucky, and once that turns everything will fall. So performances.
So there you have it. Positive. We're trying to stay positive. We're trying to
get positive.
Get positive for David Unsworth's first Premier League game against Leicester. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe, click the bell for alerts, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Thank you for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.